with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. So we'll just let Pete keep on talking right here, but I'm going to take over right now. So what you're watching right now is the original footage from about a month ago on a project I thought was going to be awesome, but ended up being a total and complete flop. And my original idea was to put about 12 or 13 heads on one zone of irrigation. So I had this grand idea that I could cheap out and use this 1/2-inch poly tubing and get away with it. So I ran down to my local Lowe's and bought all these little fittings and that black poly tubing. Went to the irrigation store and bought up some irrigation heads and just thought I was going to do it up right. I even went through the trouble of measuring off the entire 6,500 square feet to make sure those heads were in the exact perfect location to get the perfect coverage. I spent all stinking day on a Saturday working on this project, and it still ended up a complete failure. Now, I did keep some of the original setup, including this pump right here and the 1-inch water hose that would supply the system. And that timer just didn't get it for what I was trying to do. As you can see, this is pretty insignificant. Hey, goofball, 1/2-inch tubing will not supply 12 irrigation heads at one time. So after I removed all this crap, I hooked up 3 big sprinklers on one zone, and that gave me a really good idea. So when Pete comes back on and starts talking again, he's going to get you up to speed on how he fixed all this stuff that Pete originally jacked up. This is one of those LOL moments. I guess there's really not anything good about this video, except maybe I showed you what not to do. Total and complete epic fail. Man, that was a lot of work all day long and no return. So it happens sometimes. Even guys that think, you know, I come into this thinking, ooh, I'm gonna make the biggest, baddest irrigation video that everybody's ever seen, and it's totally complete flop. So lesson learned. The lesson I did learn was to always keep it simple. I tried to overcomplicate things, put too many heads, too much of this, make it all fancy, and voila, and it obviously backfired. You get to watch the backfire. Isn't that cool? Alright, so this is kind of what I ended up doing. Is you can see the PVC pipe right here, and I'm filming this on my iPhone. I forgot my GoPro, in case you're wondering why it sounds different. Just 1-inch PVC pipe, a T, 3/4 by 3/4 close nipple, and then a Rainbird 5000. I got 1, 2, 3 heads on that zone, 1, 2, 3 heads on that zone, and 1, 2, 3, 4 heads on that zone up there. You heard me. Ooh, ooh, look at this standing water. I got a low spot. I got a low spot. But we did get pounded with rain. Oh my gosh, did we ever get pounded with rain? That's good that I see this. That way I know to fix it next spring, right? So coming in good. The bluegrass is a little slow. The deer are destroying this place. Absolutely destroying it. Some washing. I don't know what that crap is. It was in that topsoil. That's actually probably is in that compost is what that is. Some kind of little wood chips or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is what I ended up doing after I played dummy with the original idea. Of course, I got the same pump up there, the same 1-inch hose. You can see the 3 zones. You can see the 3 zones coming out, and I just got a valve, right, 3 valves teed off, and this right here is a I don't know what you call it, Rainbird ESP9V. So it runs off a 9-volt battery. The battery goes in the end right here, and you kind of set your time. It'll come on and off. And of course, it doesn't need a, what am I trying to say here? You don't have to run these wires back to a power source or anything. It gets this power from the battery. Then here's kind of your wiring. It just hooks up to the valves. Really simple and sweet. I like it. It doesn't have a Bluetooth Wi-Fi system where you can control it from your phone that I know of. It's got this nice little handy dandy rubber cover. Look at how nice and neat that is. Pretty cool. Just fits right there on top of a valve. Now you do have to get these DC latching valves. You can't use a normal Rainbird valve. It has to be that DC latching. And that's it. So, but my screw up, and I don't know if I call it screw up. I just call it overachieving, trying to do something that I probably shouldn't have had no business trying to do, but I tried to do it anyway. Look at that rutting. Watch my iPhone. Whoop. Look at that washout from the rain. But anyway, everything's coming in good. The fescue and bluegrass is right there. No, that's actually just the fescue coming in good. The rye is the next one coming in good. And the fescue bluegrass out the road. All that's coming in good. The blue heat's kind of a little slow, but again, man, I really think I overdid it with that roller. I honestly think I did, because the grass come in a really weird, patchy way, like I've never seen it done before, ever. Never seen it come in that uneven before, especially on bare dirt. So that tells me that I think I got a little happy with that roller. So live and learn, I won't do that again. You can see right here where I just put a union right there, so I can just unhook it and we can pick up this section and walk it off, because I'm done watering. The rain will take care of the rest. But you can see right here, see how this is just kind of, it's so weird how that come in patchy like that. And I think that's a little bit from the drop seeder. It's probably a tire track. We got pushed down a little bit more, and then the roller pushed it down more. I don't know. But either way, lived and learned. I get it. I won't do that no more. And once I start mowing this, it'll fill in a little bit. And then plus, really don't matter, because it's going to be dead next spring anyway, right? Like a train going down through here. Now, one thing I am gonna do is I got a little belly spread. Watch this right here. Woo! Quick zoom. We got a little belly spreader over there. I'm gonna put a little light dusting of grass seed over top of this. Actually, there's still grass seed laying on the ground. I can see it. Just hadn't germinated. I'm gonna still put a little bit more. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. And I got a few little thin spots in the fescue right there. Those little streaks in the ryegrass out there. A little bit along the edge of the road, probably where the wind from the cars blew it off the edge of the road. And just kind of hope for the best, see what happens. Not going to stress if it don't come up, because like I said again, this will all be done for and smoked next year around May, when the GCI heat wave comes into effect. And at the end of the day, I honestly think this is the product of rushing. I'm been a big advocate of teaching folks and preaching to folks about take your time, do it right, dot your I's, cross your T's, and when you get overwhelmed and busy with life and stuff and making videos and whatever, this is kind of what you end up with, crap. It's probably the first renovation I've ever done for myself that came in like this, and I'm absolutely disappointed and not discouraged. I'm just disappointed in myself that my quality isn't where it typically is. So just another good reason to slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? Look right here how all this stuff is kind of washed in little rows. You can see my little rows, and all I'm gonna do is just take my rake like this and just kind of scatter that seed back out. Knock those little ridges down, nothing to it. So next year, I'll definitely put the laser on it next year. You can see, even with that machine, as good as it does by itself, human error always comes into play. Humans aren't perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't know if first man, oh, I know one it was, but he ain't around right now, not on the earth anyway. But I'm not perfect. You can see, as many times as I went over this and as much as I worked this ground and tried to fine tune it, I still got a low area right here. Could use a little dirt. But that's good. This happened because of course I'll get it fixed next year and I'll laser it, and that will get it perfect. And the irrigation, I am basically going to go get my Sawzall, come right here and go whoop, whack it right off, unscrew it from my 1-inch hose, and I'll put that in the shop, and I'll save all that for next year. I'm gonna reuse all of this pipe, because the irrigation system, once I get it graded, the irrigation will go underground just like you would with a typical irrigation. I just didn't have time to bury it, and it's all kind of things that was going on why I didn't bury it, but I just didn't. So like, subscribe, and share, and yeah, we'll show you the good stuff here at GCI Turf, and we'll also show you the screw up stuff, right? Check you later.